Hi everybody, it's November 28th, 2025. The term reality can mean many things or different things to different people. Reality may be the kind of schematics that go into your appraisal of your situation. Or reality could be the type of emotional baseline that you find yourself always in and can't escape whether you want to or not. Or reality could be your relationships with your friends or your family. Your reality is perceived in different segments and at different points of your timeline of your life. And you interpret it the best way you can through the lens that you're looking at it through. But reality is an amalgamation of many different sources and different locations in your mind and in your awareness, and it isn't necessarily a requirement to make sense of your reality or to condense it and summarize it and give it a synopsis. The current way you perceive your reality is all you have to go off at the moment. And if you want to see it a different way, and if you believe that it is necessary to see it in a different way, you don't necessarily have to change yourself or change who you are. You just have to shift in your behavior, and you have to do things that you haven't done before, or you may have to return to things that you did in the past, not to get a better understanding of your past, but you may have left some things incomplete. But the overarching concept of determining your reality in as a better viewpoint is that the thing is that it's really a mystery until it isn't. And the mystery is part of what makes life magical when you could feel that magic of life. So determining the global view of your reality is not a requirement for being happy or for feeling productive. And so that brings me to thinking, lots of time, the way that life is set up, we use our pain to validate our existence, to validate our story, to validate our endeavors. And the problem with using your pain to validate your existence is that you're unconsciously equating pain into reality. And this is a sad I wouldn't say reality, but this is a sad notion that lots of us feel. We feel like if we feel pain, then that means we're alive. And so that must mean that being alive is supposed to be painful. It's supposed to be hard and arduous and agony-inducing. And for the longest, for maybe 20 or something years, I believed that was true. But then I came to a realization that it's almost like being depressed. When you believe that pain is a validation of your existence, that is a big part of what depression was for me. And with depression, there are no answers. There's no way out. There is no way out to the person that's going through it. But once you heal yourself or get healed, you realize there is a way out. But in the moment of those thoughts being like that, there's no way out. There's no way to make it better. Life is hard. Life is painful. And when you feed on that pain in order to feel alive, it becomes a cycle of unhealthy behavior, unhealthy thoughts, and a focus on unhealthy emotions. And the counter to what I would say is that pain makes life real, or realizing your pain is what life is. The counter to that is just a motivation to realize that life isn't one thing. The answer to life isn't knowing that, isn't knowing or believing that the answer is found in one thing. The answer, because when you believe life is pain and that's what it is and that's it, you don't know the answer, because if you knew the answer, if that was the answer, then the pain would go away. But you feed into it once you keep on believing in pain as reality. Life isn't one thing, because in the course of a day, you come upon many emotions. You may have unhealthy habits, but you may feel good when you smoke a cigarette. Then it goes away. Or you may feel down when you're lonely. Or you may feel happy when you had community with some people in your neighborhood and you just had a quick conversation. Life isn't singular. Life, the meaning of your life isn't a single aspect. So once you realize that life is made of ups and downs, of negatives and positives, pain can't be the only reality of life. So once you realize this, you might jump to the conclusion that if you want to make life happy, you have to believe that the happiness is life too. And I would say that would be great, but that isn't necessarily true either. And so you see where I'm going with this. So you might end up with the conclusion that truth is life. That truth is life, even though truth could be good or bad. So that must mean that truth is life. And that is a good and a huge concept and a very healing kind of notion to take into account. But even that isn't the whole truth of what life is. Life is an epic story of your experience. Life is an account of battles, account of defeat, account of victories, an account of loneliness, an account of family. It's an account of many different things that flow into you and through you and influence your thinking and your emotions and your headspace. And if you want to stop feeling like pain is life and pain is what makes life real, you have to vary yourself. You have to vary your endeavors. You have to fragment your thinking into multitasking at a moment's notice to gain an understanding, a working understanding, a walking understanding. By walking understanding, I mean as you go through, you learn and you adapt and you observe and you conceptualize. A walking understanding of life is basically walking through your life and being as fragmented, not in a bad way, but more as in multitasking, being fragmented in your awareness, having your awareness be in multiple places at one time. And this may sound complicated, but it's not. And for some of us, we're more singular aware people, where we can only focus on one thing at one time. And that's not bad. That's not a deficiency. That's actually more efficient than some other ways of looking at life. So if you are a singular awareness kind of person, you must be aware that you can't dwell on the pain of life. If you're a singular person, you have to, if you're aware that your attention that's focused on something new, note that, because you got to note when you're happy too. You got to note when you're motivated. You got to note when you're hopeful, not just in pain. So in this walking understanding of life, pain doesn't validate your existence. Happiness doesn't validate your existence. It is the grand story that has answers when you are ready, when you can use them, and when you can grow. So I hope this helps. Thanks.